Hey Randy, I thought you had a really interesting video and you obviously have a lot of passion behind your policies. I just wanted to challenge you on a few of your ideas. I definitely agree that we need to begin recognizing the professional certifications of our new immigrants and help them integrate into the workforce by helping them find work in their respective fields. The only problem is that we have such large barriers at home right now in recognizing professional certifications across provincial borders that I think we need to work on harmonizing our differences in regulations at home before we can tackle the larger problem of recognizing foreign credentials. My overriding concern with your policies and ideas, though, is that they're all publicly funded government programs, expensive programs, and I'm wondering where you plan on finding the money to fund these programs, especially in the long run, and especially in terms of making them sustainable. In terms of language training for our new immigrants, while I fully support integrating new immigrants into society, I question whether this is the best use of our tax dollars. I don't know if a majority of Canadians would support funding an expensive language program for new Canadians, especially when you consider that a large proportion of new immigrants leave within their first year of arriving in Canada. So I'm wondering whether you would have some sort of requirement on how long they spend here before they're allowed to take these courses, and whether they would be learning English or French or both languages. I'm also wondering if you would be partnering up with a private organization to help offset some of these costs, and also how you would find the educators in such a labor shortage market, especially out west, how you would find these skilled educators to teach these new immigrants. I'm also very concerned about your plans for agricultural subsidies. Subsidies have consistently shown to distort the market, favor inefficient producers, raise consumer prices, and support big business. And they're also extremely expensive if they're going to be effective. So I'm wondering how you feel that this increased government intervention is going to help support new farmers and small farmers in Canada. You also mentioned the goal of increasing development and technological innovation in the agricultural field. And subsidies counteract this by removing the incentives to innovate and develop, by protecting inefficient producers from outside competition. So in effect, subsidies would put you further away from your goal of innovation and technological development in the agricultural field. One of your posts on your page also mentions government support to grow certain crops in order to counter the effects of globalization. And I'm not sure whether you're referring to cash crops, which have been proven to be very ineffective and damaging to agricultural industry, or whether you're supporting a top-down mandate of government intervention in terms of deciding what crops are grown. This would be a system that would really distort the market and produce oversupply in certain areas, pushing down prices and disadvantaging farmers, or producing shortages in other fields and hurting Canadian consumers. So I'm not sure how a government top-down mandated program to decide on crops and funding for certain crops will really benefit Canadian producers and Canadian consumers. So I think that rather than subsidizing industry and subsidizing fields of agriculture, I think what we need to do is look on improving some of our strengths and some of our fields where we have an advantage to the rest of the world, and improving fields like organic farming and aquaculture and things that we can be competitive in. So I really think that you have a thought-provoking video, and I really look forward to hearing some of your responses. Thanks a lot.